My name is Pamela Mills, and I am from Shasta County, California, and my disease is CVID. I was diagnosed in 1999. Prior to that, I had lived my childhood mostly in the hospital, and I had a weak immune system, and it seems like every time I turned around I was being limited because of my severe asthma, my allergies, my epilepsy, and everything else. And my goal as a child was to get out and to find out if I was disabled or if I was a person with a disability. And to me, that was a really big deal. So my safe place to go was the California Conservation Corps. So I moved out of Southern California and joined the California Conservation Corps and was sent up to Humboldt and Trinity counties in California. And I actually succeeded and excelled in doing forestry work and conservation work and watershed restoration, and I loved it. And I started the AmeriCorps Watershed Project and did science education K through 12 outdoors in the watershed and teaching students about the environment and how to take care of it, and I loved it. And eventually I was able to go back and finish my degree at Chico State in geology. And I just was so happy I could be a geologist. And then I ran into another hurdle, and our brick wall. That was that I kept failing the physical for different people who were interested in hiring me. And I finally got one job, and after 2 months, they let me go because the main reason was their workers' comp evaluator said that I did not pass the employee physical. And so I was let go of. Finally, many months later, I got a job working with the developmentally disabled, and I loved it. And I went back to school to get my teaching credential, and with that, my boss promoted me to administrator. I got my contractor's license, I got my pesticide license, and in my personal life, I was barren and wanting a family, so my husband and I spent 2.5 years to get our adoption license in Shasta County, and we were finally placement ready. And I worked and worked and worked, and my stress levels kept going up and up and up, and my marriage was falling apart because I was working so much. And I guess it all came to a head when I came down with pneumonia that my boss had had, which had put him in hospital a month prior. And with his pneumonia, he went into renal failure and needed open heart surgery for another heart attack and everything. So I was really carrying the load for both businesses. And after he was out of hospital and everything, I came down with the pneumonia on December 26, 2009. And that started a process that took me downhill for about a year. Usually I would get super sick overnight within hours, but my doctor would pile on antibiotics and steroids and everything, and I would bounce back, usually within a week, a couple days to a week. I could bounce back, and then it would be just a while, before I could get over the infection. But the initial part I would bounce back from with treatment. I wasn't bouncing back this time. And I just kept going downhill, and I would try and go into work. I'd try and help with some paperwork. I'd try and do this because I knew my boss was so ill, and it just wasn't working. And so in April, my doctor, after having to give me multiple steroids, including injectable steroids with oral and everything, he finally said, "That's it, you're no longer working." And that really significantly changed my life. I couldn't work. Everybody helped me. Those who were my true friends really helped me and stood by me. But I lost my husband. I lost my ability to work. All my licenses, credentials, education, training, everything was no longer valid because I couldn't do anything. My doctor said, "You're not allowed to be anywhere where there's germs, so no teaching, no being with the disabled, no nothing. I want you to rest and rest and rest." And so my life really, really changed. And then in 2012, I met a wonderful man, and he's really changed my life for the better and really helped me come out of that dark tunnel that I was in, and things started moving forward again. My life now is really pretty good. Last year I went 9 months without any infections, and you know, I'm able to do things like come to the Immune Deficiency Conference, and so I'm just really excited to be here.